Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Long Island Board of Realtors 2022 Installation and Awards virtual event. It is my privilege and honor to have a final opportunity as your 2020 Libor president to host this event. Before we get started, please be aware that Libor will be recording this event and placing on their public YouTube channel. If there is anyone that's uncomfortable with their image being recorded, you may turn your camera off now. And I think there's a little chipmunk in my laptop. All right, well, thank you. And if you would like, you could put your, instead of Galaxy, you could put on your speaker view, and whomever is talking, you will see their face. All right. At this time, I would like to welcome our 2022 Libor leadership. Kevin Leacano, incoming 2022 president. Gina Marie Bettenhauser, president-elect. Kevin Leatherman, secretary treasurer. And if we could now, I'd like everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, at this time, I'd like to recognize and thank some distinguished realtors who have served our organization over the years, particularly those who have served our great state association, the New York State Association of Realtors. Some could not be with us tonight due to other commitments, but we thank them. With us, we have NYSAR immediate past president of NYSAR and past president of Libor, Dave Legaz. Welcome, David. We have NYSAR past president and NYSAR and Libor, Moses Saram. Welcome, Moses. We also have NYSAR past president, Jennifer Stevenson. Welcome back, Jennifer. I'm looking forward to working with you tonight and having some fun. We know you are here with us tonight, and we thank you. I will also take the time to acknowledge any past presidents of Long Island Board of Realtors that are in attendance tonight. The list is so long, you know, 100 and something years worth of presidents, we'd be here past 7 o'clock. So I would like to also acknowledge our past presidents who are with us this evening, and of course, those who could not be with us. Thank you for serving this great organization. And I would also like to have a special welcome at this time. Please welcome our Chief Executive Officer, Tessa Holtz, for a special welcome.
Thank
you,
so much,
Tessa.
Matthew. So welcome to the incoming and returning directors of Libor. Together, you will carry on the great leadership tradition of this organization of working together to benefit your members and your industry. And we wish you all the very best on your leadership journey. Welcome to the distinguished guests, the members, the friends and family and staff that have joined us here to celebrate our incoming 2022 leadership team. Libor's leaders rely on you day in and day out, and we thank you. And for everyone else assembled here, thank you for joining us on this very special event, and please enjoy the rest of the program.
That's great. Thank you, Tessa. Great to see you, even though we're here on camera. I try to just, you know, you all know my personality. I try to just like splash it through the camera here. Let me know if I don't splash enough. All right, before we get started tonight's installation and award presentation, I'd be remiss if we did not ask that we please pause for a moment of silence and respect and reflection for those who have passed, particularly those in our Realtor family. Please give us a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. You were all so well behaved. Our meetings are like that in person. When we ask for a moment, there's never any clinging of glasses. There's never droppings of forks. It's just perfection. Okay, so at this time, I would like to officially welcome Jennifer Stevenson, immediate past president of the New York State Association of Realtors. Thank you for being with us again tonight, Jennifer. Would you please do the honor of first installing our 2022 incoming Long Island Board of Realtor President, Kevin Liacano. Kevin, are you out there?
I am, Matt.
I wore a special jacket for you tonight, buddy.
Always looking sharp.
I wanted to look my best.
I am honored to do this, as I am honored to wear my Long Island Realtor pin as well. So thank you very much for having me here this evening. Kevin, in the role that you are about to assume, you will no longer be a private citizen, but a publicly known executive. You will be identified as president of the Long Island Board of Realtors, one of the largest in the country. You are charged with looking out for the best interests of the board and the well-being of your members, as well as being aware of your impact on the public. You can be assured that your efforts will make a difference in the business lives of your fellow realtors, and because of the experience in your own life as well. Now for the oath of office. Kevin, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will perform faithfully and impartially the duties of the office of president, that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the bylaws of NAR, NYSAR, and the board, as well as its policies and procedures, that you will promote and support the Realtor Code of Ethics, and that you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible, endeavor to promote, safeguard, and support the best interests and purposes of Libor and the welfare of its members. Do you so subscribe, Kevin?
I so subscribe.
By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated as the president of the Long Island Board of Realtors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Nice job, buddy. I will tell you, everybody will always love you. They will never have anything to say about you, and you will be greeted welcomely every time they see your face. During the week, Kevin did receive his gavel and president's pin and shovel. We will continue with the evening to get everybody installed and the awards presented before we hear from our distinguished President Kevin, 2022 Libor President Kevin. So at this time, I would like to continue with the awards portion of the event, and we'll get back to you, buddy, okay? Please stay with us, Jennifer, and we ask that you do us the honor also installing our 2022 Libor incoming officers, Gina Marie Bettenhauser as our president-elect, and Mr. Kevin Leatherman as our secretary and treasurer. Kevin and Gina, are you with us tonight?
Yes.
Hi, Matt. We're here.
Oh, that's wonderful. That makes the event a success. You know, we couldn't do all these things without you folks being here. So now I go back to my, what would we call you? My, what do they call that person? I don't know, the crime person. What's the one that rides with you?
Oh, your partner in crime.
Thank you. Geez, I'm having a senior moment where I don't remember things. My partner in crime for the evening. Jennifer, would you have the honors of swearing in Gina Marie and Kevin for me?
With honor. Gina Marie, Kevin, as officers, you will have the responsibilities of director, but more. You will have additional meetings each month where you will have the opportunity and responsibility to digest and evaluate possibilities. Possibilities on issues, on procedures, and on the business life of a large association, which you could affect your personal businesses and those of your fellow realtors. You'll have to look at the big picture and speak up in support of positions which may be unpopular but necessary. And always be responsive to those who look to you for advice and insight because you're involved. And rest assured, it's impossible to make all of them happy. Now, would you both please raise your right hands? Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the bylaws and the policies and procedures of the Long Island Board of Realtors? That you will, in all your actions, place the interests of the board above all in support of the decisions and the positions of the Board of Directors on behalf of its Realtors members. Do you so subscribe?
I do.
I do.
By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you and each of you are duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated to the office to which you are elected. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer, and congratulations to our newly installed 2022 leadership, Kevin Leocano, Gina Marie Bettenhauser, and Kevin Leatherman. And, you know, we're going to have to update that oath of office because it said you will have meetings once a month. Ha! Once a month? What is that thing? 30 years old? We're going to have a bylaws meeting to update our oath of office once a month. Oh, you should be so lucky, buddy. Once a month. I still can't even. That's a flashback to nothing. Oh, well, thank you all. You got excited, Kevin, when you're Leatherman. He was like, oh, wow, once a month. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And don't forget the other 24 emergency meetings you're going to have in between those once a month greetings.
Well, didn't Jennifer just promise us once a month?
Yeah. But Jennifer's not your board.
At least once a month, I promise.
Oh, okay.
You should be.
It's all in the words, Jennifer.
Exactly. Well, thank you again, Jennifer. And now for the awards celebration segment of our event. Our first award is Realtor Broker of the Year. Last year's recipient was Kevin Leatherman. Let's hear from Kevin now, since you're still with us. Kevin? You still with us?
Recipient, and since they never give this award to the same broker 2 years in a row, I have been bestowed with the privilege of presenting the distinguished members, the recipient of the 2021 Broker of the Year Award. This year's awardee, among her various committee positions in service in the real estate community, is a former Libor board member and chapter president, an astute and well-respected businesswoman with a passion for the continued education that helps others to succeed in an ever-changing market, with a focus on weekly meetings, one-on-one office training sessions, and always keeping her finger on the pulse of new and emerging technologies that help advance the real estate business. She exemplifies what it means to be a hands-on manager and a power broker. Please give a warm round of applause for multilingual, multi-talented broker and regional manager from Douglas Elliman Real Estate in Franklin Square, the 2021 Broker of the Year winner, Helena Veloso.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yay,
Thank you
Helena.
so much, Kevin.
My pleasure. Well deserved.
I am humbled and honored to receive the Long Island Board of Realtors Broker of the Year Award. You know, I know over the years I've been involved in a lot of different committees. One of my favorites, I have to say, Marianne, it was with you with the educational conference. And I was very involved with that because in trying to lead the offices that I run for Douglas Elliman, I always wanted to stay on what was going on with education. They say knowledge is power. That was one of the reasons why I got involved. And I really was so surprised when Kevin called me and said, Helena, you've got the Broker of the Year award, congratulations. And I thought, oh my God, dreams really do come true. I've been involved with Long Island Board of Realtors for years and years and years. in the professional standards, in the chapters, all over the place. And I truly have to say that, to me, really learning from all of you has been so inspiring. And I really, truly just try to inspire every agent that I ever work with, every broker that I ever work with, and to continue to get involved with Long Island Board of Realtors, with any committees that they can, so that they can stay on top of what's going on, and we could all do what the right thing is to do out there, the ethical thing to do out there. And you know, I know the market has brought a lot of, I don't even know what to call it anymore. All the crazies are out. But I think if we continue to stay involved in our Long Island Board of Realtors committees, I think it helps us, and it helps all of us and work as a team and truly do what's right for everyone in our industry. So thank you so much to Long Island Board of Realtors. Special thanks to Kevin and Marianne, who I always love and adore working with both of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Helena. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank you.
All righty. Our next award is Realtor Salesperson of the Year. And our 2020 Salesperson of the Year recipient was Christopher Backus. I believe we have a word from Christopher.
Good evening, members of the Long Island Board of Realtors. My name is Christopher Backus, and I am proud to present the award for Salesperson of the Year to Beth Lowe from Coach Real Estate. Beth became licensed in real estate in 2009, where she entered real estate in a very difficult market. Coming from a lot of pain in her life, from the loss of both her husband and her mother, Beth was able to overcome many obstacles and was determined to make it in real estate. Through Beth's hard work, she became a respected top producer in real estate, earning her the award for Top 20 Under 40 by the Young Professional Network in 2012. She was then recognized as one of the nation's rising star by Reese Media in 2015. Beth would then become a director for the YPN, which led her into her role as a recent president of the YPN in 2019. Through the cultivation of the YPN, Beth would continue to make a difference by serving as a director for the New York State Association of Realtors for the past several years. Recently appointed your 2022 director for Long Island Board of Realtors, Beth continues to be an activist for all realtors, especially the younger generation, and is passionate about making a difference in our community. Beth has also made it a very important passion of hers to contribute her time in fundraising for a cause near and dear to her heart, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, in honor of her late mother, Joanne, who passed in 2004. Today, as the previous recipient of this award and your current YPN president, I am honored to present my dear friend and esteemed realtor colleague, Beth Lowe, with the 2021 Salesperson of the Year for her display of hard work and dedication to real estate. Congratulations, Beth Lowe, and welcome to the club. I'm so sad that I cannot hand this to you in person, but Beth, you deserve it. This is your time to shine. Congratulations to you and all of the winners for this year's awards. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chris. It is like you just handed me this award. I am truly honored and humbled to receive this. It was actually 12 years ago this week that I began my career in real estate, and I never could have imagined all of the wonderful and amazing things that would have happened to me 12 years later, including YPN and this, and meeting all my friends that are like family. Back then, 12 years ago, I used to stick my credit card in the gas pump and just hope that I would get enough gas to be able to show houses. And and when I was doing that, I would always just say, one day I'm going to be the best realtor on Long Island. I'm going to be the best realtor on Long Island. I probably hadn't even sold a house yet. But I never ran out of gas. And here I am today, 12 years later, and I absolutely cannot believe the amazing 12 years that I've had. Success is certainly not a straight line, and it's definitely filled with obstacles and roadblocks, but overcoming them and believing yourself is the most important thing that you can do. So thank you, everyone. I truly, truly, truly appreciate this, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Congrats, Beth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Beth. So well deserved. And I've seen all the hard work you've put into your business and your board. And we appreciate your dedication and your love of the real estate community. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, oh, excuse me. And they made the font big enough that I wouldn't even need the glasses, but I still need the glasses. I guess I'm going more blind as we speak. All right. So our next award is Libor's Community Service Award. Last year's recipient was Laura Coprasino. Let's hear from Laura. Laura, are you out there?
It is my distinct pleasure to announce the recipient of this year's Community Service Award. Janae Malloy has been truly invested in the betterment of her community. Throughout the years, she has spearheaded and been involved in numerous programs from mentoring on financial literacy to helping to feed the hungry. Janae is founder of Heritage Wealth Consulting, a firm focused on helping people obtain and maintain the American dream of home ownership and financial freedom. She is also organizer for CEO Black and Heritage Wealth Toy Takeover, which is a 3-day gift giveaway for children. The giveaway collaborates with local homeless shelters and ministries to reach underserved communities and provide high-quality holiday gifts for children. In addition, Janae is annually part of the Holiday Gift and Essentials Gym Bag and Backpack Giveaway for the Ali Forney Center, which is a premier organization dedicated to providing housing for the LGBT youth community. Janae is contributor to Heals and Higher Achievement, which is a workshop series that provides girls and women across the country with information on creating wealth through financial literacy and technology. Janae is currently mentoring a group of 6 to 8 young women ages 17 to 30 on business development as well. Janae has also spent the last 20 plus years teaching the basics of first-time home ownership and financial wellness. She is a board member and sponsorship chairman of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, and Janae is the 2021 president of the Queens National Association of Real Estate Brokers, which is a 75-year-old organization fostered out of the need to increase Black home ownership and expand democracy in housing. With all that said, I must say there cannot be more a deserving recipient of the award this year. Congratulations, Janae.
And I believe Janae's with us tonight.
Let me get unmuted. Great evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I am so excited and so thankful, number one, for everyone here at Libor. You guys know I grew up in this organization, and my love for community was fostered in this organization as well. And I appreciate you all greatly. And I'm excited. I don't know if you can see this because it's kind of reflective. It's beautiful. I'm excited to receive this award. And just quickly, you know, I grew up in the era, I grew up in the crack era in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, area called Bed-Stuy, do or die, right? And my mother, and you know, you get to see, I got to saw people go from being executives in hospitals and administrators and deacons in the ministry to being crack addicts. And my mother taught me, and my mother always said, you never judge a book by its cover. So you never know where anyone's coming from and or where they're going. So when there's a need, our job as those that have or can do a little better is to help those that cannot or are not in that position currently. So I know there are tons of people on here that may even deserve this award better than me. I know Libor is filled with people with great hearts doing great work everywhere. And I appreciate you. And you have been the example for me. And I want to quickly share, a year ago, I've been doing this kind of work for ages, and I never talked about it. In 2020, my friend Marco Betancourt asked me to come help distribute food, and I thought it was across Long Island because somebody had dropped out for his turkey brigade. I spent that whole day, actually my list was in Brooklyn, delivering foods across, turkey baskets across Brooklyn. It just happened that my route was Brooklyn, right? Across Brooklyn. And he said, you're gonna have about 6 to 8 turkeys left when you're done. And all I kept thinking is, what I'm gonna do with 6 to 8 turkeys? Like, I don't got enough room in any refrigerator freezer for 6 to 8 turkeys, right? And by the time I was done with my day, there were none left. People were having their neighbors calling me saying, do you have any more food? Do you have any more turkeys? And I was so struck and impacted by that I did a live. And I was, just because I was so impacted, I was so emotional, right? When I get emotional for some reason, I do a live. And I was so emotional by it. I did this live. And out of that came more people asking, more people saying there was a need. A pastor called me up and said that one of her parishioners was missing food out of their pantry, and they asked their children where was the food, and they said that they had given it to their classmate because they were hungry. And this is 2020 in this United States of America. And I was shocked and I was bewildered by that. But I will say this, after I did that live, I will say so many people reached out to me and said, how can I help? How can I be of service? How can we do more? How can we do events this year? Just this month, I've probably participated in about 5 turkey giveaways for people who've never done any of this work, who've never been a part of anything like this. We're doing our toy drive. It's off to an amazing start. And I just want to say, all you guys that are doing great work, I know we just do it because of love of it and because that's what's in our heart, but don't be afraid to share. Please share, because you don't know who else wants to contribute and ride that ride with you. Thank you, Libor. Appreciate you guys.
Well done, Janae. So well deserved. You're an impressive young woman. Strength and your passion, our love for our community and our realtor community. And we want to see more like you. I know we're going to see you for years to come. I've worked alongside with you on some of the committees we have. You're such an impressive young woman, and we thank you for your spirit and your energy. And may others follow in your footsteps. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Janae. All right, moving right along. Our next award is Realtor Affiliate of the Year for 2021. To present is Miles Tucker, who is our 2020 Affiliate of the Year. Let's welcome Miles.
Hello, I'm Miles Tucker. I'm from Cutco Closing Gifts, and the 2020 recipient of the Libor Affiliate of the Year Award. It is my pleasure to present the Libor Realtor Affiliate of the Year Award this year to Elizabeth Oka of National Tenant Network. Elizabeth is in her 9th year with the team at National Tenant Network. And prior to that, she worked in the multifamily apartment industry for 6 years. Elizabeth is an alum of Rutgers University, and after graduation, she spent 2 years on the Japanese exchange teaching program, where she served as a cultural ambassador teaching English conversation and American culture to Japanese high school students. Outside of work, she spends much of her time banging away at the Japanese taiko drums, which is something that's been her hobby for over 30 years. She's the current chairperson and performing member of the So Daiko, the first Japanese taiko group on the East Coast, which was established in 1979 and based in Manhattan. You may have seen So Daiko on television shows such as Sesame Street and Reading Rainbow. You may have seen Elizabeth perform at venues such as the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, Sakura Matsuri, which is a cherry blossom festival, Carnegie Hall's neighborhood series at LaGuardia Performing Arts Center, and multicultural events at notable venues such as Lincoln Center and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She's also on her 5th year serving on the board of directors for a national organization, the Taiko Community Alliance, otherwise known as TCA. Elizabeth is honored to receive the Libor Affiliate of the Year Award. And as an affiliate member, she has made so many new friends within Libor and looks forward to making many more. I just personally want to say thank you to Elizabeth. She was one of the first actually affiliate vendors that I met upon moving here, and has always been so nice and kind to me. And so I'm just very happy to be able to present this award to her. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you so much to Libor, and I'm so excited to receive this award. I think when I got the call initially, I was really shocked because I know that with a lot of my customers, I talk for maybe 40 minutes about tenant screening, and I talk about 40 minutes about compliance and the importance of compliance to mitigate risk, for the agents and for the office. So I was really shocked to hear that I received this award, but I'm super thankful thankful, and I really appreciate it. I remember when I first joined Libor several years ago, I was really nervous because I didn't know anyone. And, you know, over the years, everybody has always been so welcoming in the organization. And, you know, I've made some really special friends over the years. So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so humbled by this. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to show my husband my award when I get home, because he always asks me why I answer the phone on holidays and why I answer the phone on weekends and at midnight. But it's all because of you all, and you know, I want you to be successful. So thank you so much, and thank you again for the wonderful award.
Awesome job, Elizabeth. Congratulations. And let them know that passion never sleeps. And I do remember one of the first meetings in true Libor fashion. We just threw you right in front of the room and you're like, wait, what? I'm like, yep, go right ahead out there. Go ahead and just talk about what you do. And there was 200 people waiting to eat breakfast and you to finish speaking. So you had the pressure on you and you did a great job. Congratulations. The award is well deserved. All right, moving right along. Our next award is Realtor Spirit Award for 2021, presented by Vincent Alisi, by Mike Cruz, Realtor and founder of the Long Beach Latino Civic Association. I believe we have a message from Vincent. A very quiet message, but a message. Can anybody hear that, or is it just me?
No, I can't hear it either.
Excellent.
We're not hearing it.
Production. Can you see if the volume's working on this one, production?
Stand by. We are operating difficulties.
Why isn't that our host?
This is Matt, the producer. This was playing in rehearsal, and of course, it is not playing now. So unfortunately, this is not coming through. So Matt, I'm going to pass it back to you, sir.
Thank you, Matthew. I believe we have Mike Cruz in person too. Isn't he going to be on here live? So maybe we can go to Mike, and if literally go to Mike, and if Mike is on board, can we get Mike Cruz to say a few words?
And I don't see Mike in the room unless any of my Libor friends on the production side.
He is there. I see him.
Vincent Alesi is the recipient and he is available.
Vincent, yep, we've got Vincent up. I do not see
I thought Mike wanted to say something in person, which I thought would help Vincent. I'll take either or at this point.
Yep, I
don't need introductions. I can introduce myself.
There he is, Vincent Alesi. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the board. Thank you, Susan. I'm touched and honored to receive this award. You know, I come from a restaurant background, so feeding people has always been a passion of mine. And then when COVID hit, it devastated the part of our community. Most of the restaurant workers who no longer had a job, you know, and a lot of the families live paycheck to paycheck. So I was fortunate enough to get involved with an organization called the Long Beach Latino Civic Association. And through their, you know, contributions and donations, we were able to do massive BJ runs and makeup packages and deliver food and toiletries, and especially toilet paper and diapers, to many families in need in the Long Beach community area. So that was very fulfilling to do. You know, and I believe as realtors, we should be giving back to our communities. And, you know, my personal goal is to try to help people achieve the American dream and grab a slice of the pie and someday own their own home. So I think that's, you know, everyone's goal eventually. And, no, I hope to be back receiving the salesperson of the award soon, maybe next year. Thank you, everyone.
Vincent.
Appreciate it.
And you are right. It is our obligation to give to our communities and to be there for our communities. And we thank you for everything you've done, Vincent. Great job. Well deserved.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody need a bathroom break? I'm just kidding. So quiet. I'm not used to the quietness. Although all the voices in my head are going randomly right now, but it is quiet. All right, we have a, let's see what we have up next here. See if I can't follow along. Oh, yes, we do. We have a very special award this evening to present. That is the Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's recipient is a deserving and dedicated realtor, Salvatore Crafasi Sr. To present the award to Salvatore, we have his son, Sal Crafasi.
Good evening. I'm Sal Joseph Crafasi, and tonight I am presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Long Island Board of Realtors to my father, Salvatore Crafasi. 47 years ago, he obtained his New York State real estate license, which is literally a lifetime ago. Over the years, he has mastered the art of sales, networking with people, businesses, and especially the realtor community. Regardless of what life has thrown at him, he has always persevered. Myself, my family, our friends, we're all so proud of what you have accomplished, Dad. We love you.
Congratulations, Salvatore. And we have you live to say a few words. Just unmute yourself.
Here we go. Hiya, everybody. I guess let the last thing for the old guy, I guess, huh? Good evening. I would like to take the time to congratulate all the other honorees. It is with great emotion that I stand here today, or sit here today, in front of the Long Island Board of Realtor colleagues to receive this honor. I am humbled that some of my colleagues felt I deserved this award. I got the call from Kevin on the Southern State, of course, sitting in traffic, and he told me about this award. And I said, wow, Kevin, thank you very much. I hung up the phone. I looked at my rearview mirror. I said, Jesus, I'm getting old. Or I am old. It is a great honor to be recognized at the tail end of one's career for one's long life accomplishments. The fact that this coincides with the celebration of the 47th year in business makes it even sweeter. What a ride it has been. I guess what? If given the chance to do it all over again, I would not change a single decision I made, because this is the best profession in the world. As I look back at 47 years, I realize how little I would have been able to accomplish without the support of my parents, Jack and Marie Crafasi, who immigrated here in 1954. Believe it or not, I didn't speak English till I was 6 years old. And I didn't realize I didn't speak English because my brother found my first grade report card. And the nun wrote on the report card, he's doing pretty good for being in the country for only 2 months. Meanwhile, I was born here, which is kind of ridiculous. I guess the kind of parents I had who installed in me the concept of hard work and being a responsible citizen. Through these own actions, they demonstrated to me the effective leadership model I chose to follow in my professional and personal life. I obtained my license when I was just turning 19 in 1974. My mother saw a sign on a local real estate saying, help wanted. She told me, go get a job. So I went there and I sat there, and it was amazing training. I sit down, I walk in my first day, and you know what he tells me? Here's the phone, here's your desk, sell real estate. Zero training. I had nobody telling me what to do or what not to do. So what I did is I started looking through the papers and saw some FSBOs. Believe it or not, my first listing was in Forest Hills Gardens. Guess how much? $24,000. That was my first listing in Forest Hills Gardens. Next. By the time I was 30 years old, I had 4 locations. I'm forever thankful for all the clients and customers for their support for all these years in helping Crafasi Real Estate grow where it is today. I'm grateful to many members, colleagues, and staff I had the pleasure to work with over the 47 years on executive boards on a state and national level. Together, we shape the policies surrounding our profession and service we provide to our clients and customers. I need a drink of water. Hold up. I would like to thank my brother Joseph, who is my partner and runs the Ridgewood office, in his tireless support with the business. In addition, I am lucky to have three amazing children, Marissa, Sal Joseph, and Richard, who dealt with me coming home late almost every night. My son, Sal Joseph, who you just heard, is an associate broker in my firm and manages our Brooklyn office. He also has been an incredible asset and a shoulder to lean on over the years. But last but not least, I'm grateful to my wife, Catherine, the wonderful woman who stood through my thick and thin all these years, allowing me to get involved in real estate. Catherine always brought me back to earth when the type A tornado that I am gets out of control. Unfortunately, she passed away at the beginning of this year. Sorry. As real estate embarked a new era of our world advanced in warp speeds, please take the time to slow down. And that's what I'm trying to do now, to reflect the meaning and purpose of our chosen profession. Most of all, take the time to get involved in whatever capacity you can help carry the torch offered to you today by so many people present here and others who have given their time and energy to prepare the path for you. They already taken time to develop and shape the services of this wonderful organization known as the Long Island Board of Realtors. Get involved to put your own trademark in what is offered to you today. May you all stand in front of your peers 47 years from now and receive the same award and echo my last few words. Thank you very much, and everybody have a good evening.
Beautiful, Salvatore. That was an amazing story, and what a tribute to your family and a tribute to your wife. And I'm so sorry for your loss, but what a beautiful story. And thank you for all the years you've given our industry, our realtor community, and the Long Island Board of Realtors. And with that, I would like to get everybody unmuted, and on the count of three, give them a big round of applause. I have production. Unmute everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Helena.
Congrats, everyone.
Make some noise, huh?
Congratulations.
We love you, Dad.
We love you all.
Congratulations.
Congrats. I love you.
All right, Helena Veloso.
Great job, Libor. Libor is amazing.
Beautiful.
I love you, Libor.
Congratulations to all the award recipients, a great deserving group of dedicated realtors who lead by example, and we congratulate all of you. Okay, so now for the installation of our 2022 at-large directors. We would now like to install the 2022 incoming Libor directors. Jennifer, are you still there?
I am still here and hearing these amazing stories and realtor members that we're just all so proud of. So inspiring.
Well, first, before you get them installed, Jennifer, would you mind? I'm going to read give me about 30 minutes. I'm going to read all of the names on the list here for you. So our directors are Susan Helsinger, immediate past president. How's that sound, Susan? Pretty damn good. Diana Alfaro, Christopher Armstrong, Dorothy Ashkar, Christopher Bacchus, Glenn Bogia, Melissa Brandt, Barbara Bukovetsky, Mark Candelaria, Judy Kangemi, Peter Caruso, Deborah Chiapetta. You like how I said that? Chiapetta, Deborah. Rob Chowdhury, Yvette Clark Watkins, Charles Cruz, Mark Donnelly, Carol Gallo Tershman, Melissa Gomez, Frederick or Rick Green, as we know him, Renee Hughes, Rao Sean Khan, Christina Kim, David Legaz, Beth Lowe, Richard Parisi, Ruth Pfeffer, Salvatore Polito, and Erica Turner. And now, Jennifer, if you'd be so kind as to read the oath of position.
It would be again my honor. As directors, you are assuming an interesting but possibly thankless position. It will be challenging and it will be frustrating, but it will never be dull. You have volunteered to listen and represent the views of your fellow realtors in your area and specialties. But you also have a responsibility to keep yourselves informed. So when you talk to them about changes, which may not be popular, you can do so with confidence. Since we cover such a large region with varying practices, it requires an open mind, a willingness to learn, and even the responsibilities and courage to vote for issues when it may not be in your individual interest. Now, for the oath of office, would you please all raise your right hand? Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the bylaws and the policies and procedures of the Long Island Board of Realtors? That you will, in all your actions, place the interests of the board above all in support of the decisions and the positions of the Board of Directors on behalf of its Realtor members? Do you so subscribe?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I subscribe.
I do.
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 By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you and each of you are duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated to the office to which you are elected. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Well done, Jennifer. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, everybody.
Well, we have added a little bonus tonight. We are so thrilled to have added and included the installation of the Long Island Board of Realtors Young Professional Network Leadership Team to this event, and are proud and happy to now have our YPN 2022 leadership team installed. Jennifer, I know you're still with me. Will you do the honor of installing our YPN officers and directors, please? Well, first you have to unmute yourself. You can never hear that enough in 1 year.
Oh,
you're muted.
Goodness. I thought I was a pro at this. I guess we all falter. Matt, I said I would never leave your side until we are done with the task at hand.
Excellent.
So our officers this evening. As YPN officers, you will have the responsibilities of director, but more. You will have additional meetings each month where you will have the opportunity and responsibility to digest and evaluate possibilities on issues, on procedures, on the business life of a large association, which could affect your personal business and those of your fellow realtors. You'll have to look at the big picture and speak up in support of positions which may be unpopular, but necessary. And always be responsive to those who look to you for advice and insight because you are involved. And rest assured, it is impossible to make all of them happy all the time. Now, if the officers would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the bylaws and the policies and procedures of the Young Professional Network? That you will, in all your actions, place the interests of the board above all in your support of the decisions and positions of the Board of Directors on behalf of its Realtor members? Do you so subscribe?
I do. Yes.
By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you and each of you duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated the office to which you were elected. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
And we have,
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations to the YPN.
we have
Congrats.
I'd like to fill in the executive positions of John McSherry, 2022 President, Dan O'Neill, President-elect, Easton Perez, Treasurer, Nikki Taylor Friedman, Secretary. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice job, Jennifer. But you're not quite off the hook yet. Now, Jennifer, if you can install our 2022 YPN Directory. And that would be, I'll read the names and then you can install them if that'd be all right.
That would be fine, Matthew.
Our YPN directors for 2022 are Lowell Ackerman, Jessica Almazi, Caitlin Barada, Kevin Iglesias, Dennis Murphy, Stella Nicoludakis.
Nicolodakis.
Thank you. Daniel Patterson and Carlos Salinas. Jennifer, you may have the honors of the executive oath.
Wait, Matt, we forgot 3
I
names.
think you have 3 more.
There's a few more names.
I'm sorry, there's a page 2.
And Brianna Murphy as well.
All right, stand by now. Zachary Scher, Travis Shea, Christopher White, and Christopher Bacchus, immediate past president.
And Brianna Murphy.
I don't see her, but Brianna Murphy.
All right. There are more directors of YPN for Libor than there are for the entire St. Lawrence County Board of Realtors. So it's wonderful that people step up and serve. As directors, you are assuming an interesting but possibly thankless position. It will be challenging and it will be frustrating, but it will never be dull. You have volunteered to listen and represent the views of your fellow realtors in your area and specialties. But you also have a responsibility to keep yourselves informed. So when you talk to them about changes, which may not be popular, you can do so with confidence. Since we cover such a large region with varying practices, it requires an open mind, willingness to learn, and even the responsibilities and courage to vote for issues when it may not be in your individual interest. Now for the oath of office. Would you please all raise your right hand? Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the bylaws and the policies and procedures of the Young Professionals Network? That you will, in all your actions, place the interests of the board above all in support of the decisions and the positions of the board of directors on behalf of its realtor members. Do you also subscribe?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you and each of you duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated to the office to which you are elected. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats.
Let's go YPN.
Yay, YPN.
Congratulations.
Go YPN is right. Congrats to everyone.
Well done, and congratulations to the 2022 incoming leadership. Congratulations to all of Libor's leadership team and all of our award recipients. At this time, we would like to close out the Installation and Awards 2021 event with a message from our newly installed 2022 Libor President, Kevin Liacano. Kevin, are you still awake?
I am here, Matt. Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't start with some thank yous. So to all of you volunteers, from the YPN to the Libor directors, to those volunteering on committees, thank you very much for stepping up. You've made a commitment to something very important that will often go unnoticed by the very people it benefits the most. So thank you for that. Often overlooked, the entire staff of Libor, you are all so deserving of recognition and applause for all you do for our membership and for us volunteers. Nothing would happen without you, and we don't say often enough. Thank you very much. So thank you, Libor, all the staff. Thank you. Thank you, Tessa Holtz, for leading this awesome staff. for bringing your knowledge and skill set to Long Island and helping us move the association mission forward. You arrived here at the right time for us, and you are the definition of passion and energy. So thank you. And thank you, Matt Arnold, for hosting tonight again, for never saying no, for always having more to give. You have the biggest volunteer heart I have ever seen, and I'm a better person for knowing you. So thank you, Matt. I struggled a bit to write a speech that would inspire and motivate, and I had minutes of preachy paragraphs prepared, and thankfully you'll be spared the sermon. I think the thing to just mention today is that we all have a reason for volunteering. We all have our why, and I wanted to share my why with you. Without a long history, when I started volunteering, I was just a realtor advancing my career. But something happened over time that I was not consciously aware of. Something was changing my why. Now, I was already aware of the very worthy benefits of volunteering, being an industry ambassador, being a leader, being a responsible stakeholder in our community, giving back. But there was still a big part of my why that was kind of left out, and something subtly began changing for me. Over the course of time, I realized volunteering makes you a better person. It makes you a better thinker. It helps you look at issues with broader perspective, and it makes you more aware of why we all need each other. Volunteering teaches you about people, community, social responsibility, and selflessness. Most important, volunteering allows us to make a difference. It allows us to share our voices in a chorus that other people will listen to. And when people are listening, then we can make things happen. Then we can truly make a difference. So I make you this promise. If you allow it, volunteering will make you a better person too. And on behalf of the executive committee, welcome to the 2022 leadership team. We are looking forward to hearing your voice and doing great things together. Thank you all very much for stepping up. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, and congratulations, Kevin. That truly is inspiring, and you are so right about volunteering. It definitely makes you a better person. We wish you and all those newly elected the best in 2022 as you lead our great organization, the Long Island Board of Realtors. Congratulations to everybody. I hope everyone will raise their glass, whether it be a drink, a soda, or a water. And please join me in a toast to our 2022 leadership. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations, everyone. Right there with
That's
you.
all.
So Matt, should we wish
And
everybody
with
a good
that,
evening?
yes, Tessa, come back and join me.
Yes.
Come on, have a seat right over here.
They said, come on in and let's wish everybody a great evening, a wonderful end of the year holiday season, and a rip-roaring start to 2022.
Yes, congratulations, everybody. And truly, Tessa, thank you so much. Everything you've done. And Kevin said something very important. He said nothing would get done. Oh, no, there'd be a whole lot getting done. It just wouldn't have been done right. So let's just add to that sentence. And we've been through some battles during the COVID, and you are an amazing woman. And I want to say that here in front of all the volunteers so that they know what they have at their hands and how their staff reacts to. And we've been through some, my year was really easy. I think Kevin has a difficult year. No, we survived one of the strongest years and one of the craziest years. And I couldn't be more grateful to have you at the helm of an amazing staff. And I can sit here and name all the staff members, but every one of them is fantastic. And I couldn't have been so more thankful to have all of you at the Reign. I know this is my last meeting. Oh, no, it's not my last. We have one more, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Once a month, Kevin. Yeah. Once every other hour at times of need. But thank you, everybody. Thanks for all of your time tonight. Be the great volunteers that you are. Congratulations to all the award recipients. And with that, I will do you a wonderful night.
Thank you, Matt.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Holidays.
Bye all.
You guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Later.
You did it, Matt.
Matt, I'll see you in the morning at the meeting. Thank you, Tessa.
Outstanding.
I'm trapped in this little camera.
How do I get out of this camera?
How do I get out of this?
At least I'm not drinking alone. For the next minute, anyway. Ruth, I love your princess hat.
Princess hat.
Tiara. Tiara.
That's right.
I told you I would do it. Bye, everyone. Have a good evening.
Happy holiday, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Matt.
Great to see all those faces. I miss you all. Donna Reardon, I see you. Debbie Piccioletti, I see you too.
Happy holiday, everybody.
Yoshi's in the house.
Thank you, Jennifer Stevenson. Thank you, everyone.
It was my
Thank you,
honor.
Jennifer. Wonderful. Hey, Susan.
I think Yoshi's frozen.
No, he has that picture where he thinks you're there. You think you're there and